All right, so thanks again for doing this. My first question is, tell me a little bit about the Dakota Newman event. How did that come about?
So, I mean, we started here in the Schoolhouse District, this row of wineries, deciding that we wanted to have live music every Saturday. So each winery picked 3 different Saturdays to pick a musician for. And so like Montanore picks 3 days, Lacole picked 3 days, Bernard Griffin, and then Mullen Road. So one of the 3 days that we chose, Dakota Newman was one of the artists that we were hoping to have here, and he agreed. So we're very excited to have him on Labor Day weekend for us. So
Mm, that's nice. What can people expect to see once they, walk in the door to the event? Like if I showed up to the event, what could I see the first time I walk in through the door, basically?
So that's kind of hard to explain because if we are able to, weather permitting, we actually put the artists out on an area where all of the wineries, if you're sitting on the patio, can see it. If not, if he's in our space, then you walk in and to the left, he'll be all set up in the corner, ready to go. You know, when we have live music, we do glass and bottle pours the whole time. So you can sit and enjoy a nice glass of wine, have some snacks if you'd like. And, the local artist, I mean, I know he's been all over, but he is technically from this area. So we call him local. But if for some reason we get to have great weather for that weekend, which we're hoping, then you get to sit on the patio and enjoy all of the above while listening to him outside projecting to everybody. So
Oh, that's nice. Weather permitting, yeah,
yeah, you have to always say that in Seattle.
yeah. My next question is, what stakeholders do you partner with to sort of bring this event together? Is there some sort of, do you bring in members of the community or
Uh,
nonprofit organizations, or what's the whole deal on that front?
Not so much like nonprofit for this. We work together as the tasting rooms all work together, including McQueen's Sparkling Bar, and then the District Flats helps us to, make sure that it's okay to do it, gets us the power cords, things like that. So it's very community based in this complex for us. Everybody, this is good for everybody in a sense. So, District Flats wants to sell or rent the condos. So having live music is going to make that more rentable. And then every winery having live music is going to make us a little bit busier. We're hoping on a Saturday because people love to come out and listen to some live music. So I would say Lacole, Bernard Griffin, Mullen Road, McQueen Sparkling Bar, Pinso, and then District Flats are kind of the group that work all together to be successful at this.
Cool. So, my next question is, what impact does this event have on the greater community? How does music and wine, bring people together and create that sort of community family type vibe and feeling?
Yeah. I would say majority of the people, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but anytime it's summer here in Seattle, we want to be outside. Listening to music, I think, is a big benefit to the summer months here in the Seattle area. I mean, the free concerts, anytime you get that kind of feeling of wine and music, I think that it's just one of those things. I think it just puts everybody in a really good mood. It does draw people. I mean, we had people, the last musician that we actually had him inside because it was actually too hot. And there were people that just came just for the music. So they wouldn't have come before if we didn't have the live music. But once they were here, they got to experience wine they may not have known about, go eat at Ballard Pizza that they didn't know was here. So for us being the last district in the Woodinville wine community, we're trying to do things that are different or similar, but on different days to bring people to this area so they know a lot more about this area and want to come back because we find it to be very special here. We've got Spanish across the street. We've got Oregon is what Montanore is known for. Lacole is Walla Walla. Bernard is Eastern Washington, and Mullen Road is actually cake bread sellers out of California. So it's kind of like a very fun area to come and eat and drink at. So basically, we just want the community to feel part of a community in a sense, coming all together, all listening to the same music, enjoying the same music, enjoying a nice glass of wine and sitting outside in the summer. Because us Seattle people with the winters that come, we need good summer nights. So,
Yeah, we sure do.
yep.
Yeah. My last question is, what can people take away from this conversation? How can creating this event, create lasting memories, for people to remember and like look back on and say, oh, I remember going to this event. This made me feel so happy, so full of life. Could you talk a little bit about that?
I'd say what I found, especially in tasting rooms, that it's amazing. You'll be sitting next to a perfect stranger, but you'll be enjoying the same sort of wine or the same experience. And although you may not see them again at the time, you're friends. And so that feeling of that friendship or that camaraderie or that bond over a musician or a glass of wine or an experience, it just makes us that's more than a glass of wine, in my opinion. You can go anywhere and have a glass of wine, but can you come and have an experience? And I think live music becomes an experience. So you add the live music to everything else, and they're going to look back on it and they're going to remember it as an experience that, I mean, in some senses, we just feel happy when we're in the sun, listening to music, hanging out with people that maybe we won't see again, but at the time they're friends. My favorite thing about my job is that everybody that comes in the tasting room, even for a short period of time, we're friends. We are friends and may not see them again. I might see them again, but that is a very memorable thing for us human beings, I think, for that bond and that friendship, even for a short period of time. It's more memorable than just going out and having a glass of wine, wherever. So, and just this whole row and this area is just bustling with things. Saturdays, we have the farmer's market before the live music. So it's something where maybe they go to the farmer's market and then all of a sudden there's a musician playing, and who knew they were even going to stay. And now they're going to stay and have even a longer experience. So it's different and it's welcoming, which I think is so important. So
Yeah, life is better with friends, as they say.
it is. Yep.
Yeah. All right.